All right. Good afternoon. It is Thursday, December 16th. Happy birthday, Jess. I'm decided to go live just for a couple minutes here because we are at a decision point in the S&P. As I alluded to yesterday, the initial response of like, oh, yay, the Fed is credible, could be replaced by an oh, shit. Now, the Fed is going to enact policy that actually stresses equities. Reaction today. We saw this ridiculous ramp yesterday. Anybody who shorted this, I want to give you my personal congratulations. This is a really good example of like a ridiculous context and then a further ridiculous thing within a ridiculousness, right? That didn't come out right, but hopefully you know what I mean. I did put on a little short position at yesterday's close, and I just lightened that. So sticking to my strategy of as soon as I can pay for a position, I do. So I'm now net. I'm net flat at worst for that trade. Actually, up about 20% would be even if the other options expired worthless. I'd be up 20 or other option because they're going to. I would be net flat on the trade, or net up 30%. So what you're seeing here, though, is I really was targeting this a level of 46.70. In fact, I am tempted to take a position in the other direction here, and I'll tell you why. Even though I'm bearish, even though I'm a seller, there's really three things going on here. One, we are in a very positive gamma environment, which means that dealer flow will go against whatever the move is. So we're in a down move today, so that means dealers are buying. Secondly, we're at this 50-hour, 200-hour confluence. That should be support. And finally, we're at that 46.70 level. Okay, now why am I not flattening completely or even going long here? Because I'm not going to do that. It's a mixture of two things. One, stubbornness. And by that, I mean persistence in the view of me being a seller. I don't want to play around, right? Because if I exit and reverse, the benefit of that, or the good thing about that, is it shows flexibility of view. The downside, though, is that it is a little bit maybe too flitty, right? Like I have a view, I want to stick to it until I formally change the view. So that's kind of the dominant force. I will say, though, that if we break 46.70 and close the hour beneath it, that opens up all sorts of interesting possibilities. So like yesterday, we had this post-Fed screaming 1 hour rally of 60 points, right? That, in my mind, opens the door to the possibility of something similar in the other direction. We haven't seen that yet. If we broke below, or even if we did something similar where we kind of close at or just below the convergence in this hour, and then could we see a screaming sell-off? It's possible. 60-40, we bounce from here. So, from a completely rational perspective, I probably would reverse. I'm choosing not to do that. Part of it is just, it's something I'll look at later. Part of it is just bandwidth, right? Like it takes bandwidth to shift mindset in my mind that completely. And part of it is like not wanting to get involved with playing around too much in the market, sticking to views. Worth investigating though. Secondly, the crude S&P ratio is retracing significantly today. The S&P is down about 1%, and crude oil up about 2%. So that's significant move in our direction. And then finally, natural gas continues to get rejected by the 200-day moving average on the continuous chart. It comes right in at 390. So we just keep seeing it bump into that and then get rejected. This is one of those cases, and I'll hopefully make another video about this tonight as well. But this is another case where you can be right and still be wrong when you're in options. So I got in here at 380, buying puts, and we're now down 4 cents from there. But because 2 days have gone by and the vols have come down, the value of the option is down 23%. Okay, so even though directionally I was right, my timing was wrong, and I suffered from adverse vol move. So that's, like I said, I'll maybe do a whole separate video on that. All right, that's all for this afternoon. I just wanted a real quick check in case you're able to take action. This is definitely a decision point in the S&P right at that 4670 level. All right, cheers.